Hello, this is Kevin. Have you ever wanted to create beautiful cinematics in Godot? Whether it's an introduction for your game, an in-game cutscene, or just a cool cinematic effect, you are in the right place. But first, let me show you a basic cinematic I made for my game, a capsule in a noisy world. This scene sets the atmosphere for the game and marks the beginning of the story. You play as someone who lived in the city, but after the passing of a relative who owned a property in the countryside, you decide it's time for a change. No more city life for me. It is time to move to the country and start a new, calmer life. Here is the cinematic. Take a look. Alright, now that you have seen what you can achieve or what I have achieved with the animation player, let's dive into how you can make cinematics like this using the animation player in Godot. We'll go through animating objects, adding rotations, some scripting actions and creating a fade effect. This will give you a solid foundation for what you can do, but remember, the possibilities are endless. First things first, set up the scene. Make sure you have your objects and camera ready. Add an animation player node to your scene. This will be the heart of your cinematic, so to speak. Select the animation player and create a new animation. Maybe it's something like intro cinematic, for example. Now, let's start animating. For this demo, I will animate a simple object. You can animate the position, rotation, and scale of the object. To add a keyframe, select the property you want to animate. Click the key icon next to it in the inspector at the current frame. To give you an example, let's make this cube move from left to right. Add a keyframe at the start, move the playhead to a later point in the timeline, move the cube to the right, and add another keyframe. Next, let's animate some rotation. Go to the rotation property and add keyframes at different points in the timeline to make it spin or turn. And this is great for creating dynamic camera movements or making objects spin in your scene. But cinematics are not just about moving objects. Let's add a bit of a script to trigger an event. For example, create a script on the object, write the function you want to trigger during the animation. For instance, we can trigger a function that brings a message to the console or activates an effect. Going further, I will show you a script I use in my game to rotate static objects. Create a script on the object you want to rotate. In this script, we will have a variable to control the rotation speed and a function to apply the rotation. As you can see, this script uses the underscore process function to continuously rotate the object based on the rotation underscore speed variable. And I forgot to mention, please ensure to add a function that will play the animation once the scene starts. And also make sure to add export to the variable so that we can assign a value from the UI, or well, from the inspector. And we can add keyframes to our rotation speed property. Alright, let's move on to something a bit more exciting, making your animations look more natural or smoother. To do this, select the keyframes you want to smooth out. Go to Edit, make easing selection. Here you will find several easing options like in, out. You have many options to choose from here. I recommend experimenting with these presets. Some of them are really useful and can give your animations a more polished feel. Others might give you unexpected but fun results. You can also check the documentation for a detailed explanation of each easing type, but honestly I find that just trying them out is the best way to see what fits your animation the most. To make the fade in and fade out, that's pretty easy. We just need to go to the 2D of our scene. We are going to add a color rect. I'm going to use the black color, and then for making the fade in and fade out effect, we are going to animate the modulate property. Here we are making a fade in, and for the fade out we just need to switch the positions of the keyframes. Okay, an important tip here. What if you want to adjust the length of your animation? Maybe you want to shorten it or extend it. You can easily change the duration of the animation by adjusting the length in the animation player. We can also enable the animation looping. This flexibility lets you tweak the timing of your cinematic to get it just right. So now that you know the basics, let's take a look at the cinematic I showed you earlier, but this time from within the editor. I will walk you through how I arranged the keyframes, rotations, and scripts to create that scene. From here you can see how I arranged the keyframes, rotations, and scripts to create that scene. So as you can see, it's all about setting up the right keyframes and triggering events at the right moments. I used similar techniques as we just covered, animating objects, adding camera movements, and triggering scripts to bring the scene to life. And there you have it. That's how you can create your own cinematics in Godot. Remember, this is just the beginning. You can expand on these techniques to create more complex and engaging scenes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more game development content. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or if there is any specific you would like to see in future videos. Thanks for watching.